This episode of 3 Raw is brought to you by Audible. Sign up for a 30-day trial, and your first audiobook is free. Go to audible.com/Detroit or text Detroit to 500-500. Now, for my listeners, the book that I recommend for you for this week is called You Are a Badass: How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Scenario. This book is really motivated me a lot for the past few weeks. This book will get you like from your lows to your highs. If you read the book that will lead you to the right direction, this is the book for you. So again, in order for you to get this book, I need you to sign up for a 30-day trial, and your first audiobook is free. So again, go to audible.com/Detroit or text Detroit to 500-500.
To LA and bought a mansion. Okay.
What up, though, everybody? Thank you for listening to another episode of 3 Raw Podcast. This is CJ.
It's your man's Rob.
We had a third co-host. He's once again not here again this week. I guess he pressing his hair or something this week. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But anyway,
Man, shout out to my man's Jimmy.
Yes, his
Brandon.
his wedding anniversary was this weekend, so he's spending time with his wife.
As he
So
needs
shout out to him. Shout out to Brandon and his wife Erica Bird. I love those guys, man. I've been friends with them for like a good 5-6 years now. They really cool people, man. I shout out to him, even though he need to cut his hair. But anyway, the voice that you heard laughing in the background, this is a good friend of mine. She has a nonprofit organization called the Live Outreach. How long you been doing this?
Since 2014, and it's the Live Outreach.
The Live Outreach. I'm sorry, guys. I ain't introduced.
See, look at you, man.
See, let me get the
The
introduction.
first
right.
5 minutes you messing up.
See what I'm
Look,
saying?
I ain't messing up nothing.
The haircut did something to his personality. That's what it was.
Anyway, a good friend of mine, Malika Williams.
Hey.
Hold on. How you been?
I've been great.
That's good. So, your organization, now the Live Outreach, the live part is actually an acronym. I would call it the initialism. I would call it, what's live means?
Live. We gonna do this again. It's the Live Outreach. Like
But
live.
I thought it was like,
so
learning.
live is
Okay.
So LIVE.
Mm-hmm.
Learning. Okay.
Come on, don't be nervous,
Take
girl.
your time.
Take your time. Take your time.
No, because he just threw me off with the lie. You know, everybody always.
I ain't mean to put you on the spot like that, girl. My bad. I do people like that. I ain't mean to put nobody in the spot like that. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
You know it's all good. It's nothing but love. But the Live Outreach, Live is learning to innovate while creating extraordinary valid people. Yeah.
There we go.
It's kind of like long, so it's like the LIVE is like a whole breakdown of it. So it's not actually L is this, I is this, V is that, you know.
Right. That's what I love about it. That's why I wanted to have people to understand what's, the organization was about. That's why I was like, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
No.
know.
I love the fact that I have the opportunity to be able to share like my story, what inspired me to want to do the Live Outreach. So the Live Outreach was inspired because I was a kid that was in foster care, and it was a lot of challenges that I faced as far as trying to get on the right path.
Yeah.
As far as like afterwards, because a lot of times people don't think about, once you at a certain age, people kind of like, they think that you already know a lot of things, and sometimes you don't.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. Especially in foster parents, foster care. I know you've been going to like one house to another. I know that was a struggle for you. I know we've been talking about that for a while. So, like, what are your goals and accomplishments that you trying to do for this organization?
So ultimately, I want to get a home in the city of Detroit and like rehab it and like provide like housing for maybe like 3 to 4 girls, and it'll be like an extensive, more like personal type of thing. I don't want to have like a facility. I don't want my home to feel like it's a facility where just like I'm here for the money, I'm here for, you know, and a lot of times it's crazy because I was in a facility, and so it was people that was there that really made being in the facility really special, you know, because you had people that really cared about, hey, you in a bad situation, but you're not a bad kid or you're not a bad person. But then you got people in there just like, and that's just like anywhere you go at work, people care about their job, and then there's some people that don't care about their job, so they lack putting the initiative to do it. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But when you dealing with kids and they are going through a traumatic thing like that, is like so vital for the people that's surrounded by them to really care. In order for them to have the essential growth that they need to be productive. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You think about like how your parent, you know, some things that you didn't understand as a young kid growing up that you understand now as a father yourself, CJ. You know, to be able to say, now I understand why my father was maybe like, felt a certain way about me being friends with a certain kind of kid, or I couldn't do certain type of things that other kids' parents was letting them do.
That's how my parents was, yep.
And then when you get older, you think about those little incentives is what really made you to be an awesome person. You understand what I'm saying?
I got a story for that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I remember I grew up on the east side, and it was rough growing up there. 6 Mile and the Charmers. Shout out to everybody that lived there.
That's some Detroit stuff. Everybody got to shout their hood out.
Exactly. So my mom was very strict on me as far as like, you know, I had to ask to go outside. I had to ask to go out on the street, go to the last block. I'm like, I didn't understand that. And all my friends were able to walk around the neighborhood, go to people's house freely. And I was like, why would my mom do this, you know? As I got older, I see that my mom's trying to, you know, influence me to, you know, not to hang out with the wrong crowd. Not to, you know, get myself into like peer pressure or drugs or alcohol, you know, drugs or, you know.
Because a lot of times parents are put in a position where their kids have to be in an environment that they really don't want their kids to be in. If you're a good parent, just because you live in a project don't make you a bad parent. This is just what your financial situation can afford.
Exactly.
So you trying to give your kids still some type of stability, because psychologically in people's mind, they think just because they live in a projects or they live in a hood that they have to have the mentality of the people that live there, but they don't. Because everything is mentality wise. As far as like, if you want to be in a neighborhood and you want your neighborhood clean, you setting an example getting up to clean your neighborhood is going to spread to other neighbors. Then the other neighbors going to be like, okay, well, you know, so-and-so cut the grass this week. You know, let's put some initiative. And it just take for leaders, people to be leaders. And so a lot of times it's just a hard situation because there's so many good people that be in bad situations. Like wasn't born to think that I would go through a lot of the traumatic things that I went through as a person, but being able to come out of that, knowing that a lot of people wouldn't have been mentally strong like myself, and a lot of people did. You know, you hear about a lot of your friends, they get killed, or you know what I'm saying, people on drugs, and you know they kids are taken away, and you know, like they just have a tragic ending. I mean, it's not really an ending, but the way that it's going is like it's really bad. So it's like to come out of something that most people thought was going to be really bad for me, because in the midst of being in foster care, I got pregnant at like 15. And at 16, I had a baby. And then at 17, I was in jail. You know, facing 2 felony charges for 2 counts of attempted murder.
Oh, Jesus.
So what comes with...
You got a testimony right there.
Listen, but what comes with... situation comes with emotion. So that's what people don't understand. You got anger and, you know, disappointment and different things like that allows people to have this fuse of certain things that's in them. And a lot of people can't accept that. Like, if you've been through some bad stuff, why do people think that it's just supposed to be like a chippy day every day for you when you didn't had to struggle like your whole life? That's the thing with me. Like, I'm a strong person. So people always be like, oh, you'll be okay. You'll be all right. Like, you know, I'm never the person
looking on the outside in, not knowing what's really going on.
That's what I'm saying. You know? And so it kind of like, it's a good thing to be a strong person, but then it kind of like you attract a lot of people that, you know, adapt to your personality because it's such a strong personality. So then like you basically the strong link of everything. So you can't never be weak. That's a lot of responsibility for me.
Right. And then growing up, I was always get teased all the time because I used to be so smart and I was nerdy at the time, man. I was very
Still
quiet.
nerdy. Might I add.
Nah. Yeah, I am. You can say that. I'm
you
real smart.
better own that, bro.
I know.
I
Ain't
know.
no-
Your
I know.
30s. Skip that.
I know. I'm saying, I was a nerd. I ain't had that many clothes. I was, everybody called me a bum, but I'm like, but you a smart kid. I was teased, especially if you like a shy kid, like a laid back kid like me. I took that to heart. But over the years, I kind of, instilled that into me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna roast your ass. When I got to high school, look, I went to Murray Wright.
That's where I graduated, class of 2000.
Ugh, I know. All right, speaking of that, you going to the picnic tomorrow?
Listen, if it's no gun violence, I'll be there.
And she put the quotations.
Quotations.
You know what I mean? When she said it. So
You know what?
It
Detroit,
be lit,
man.
though. It do be live.
I know. When I first started high school, I went to Denby, my first year of high school.
Listen, I went to Denby like 10th, 11th grade too.
Oh my God! See, we got small collections.
see, look at y'all, man. I ain't go to no.
Only went to-
Denby.
What school you went to?
Yeah.
I went to Central, then I went to Highland Park.
HP.
But see, I'm from the West.
So yeah, catch
Is
the
what
bus.
it
I know,
is,
yeah.
you know what
We
I
just
mean?
looking at you funny.
No, you from Dexter, right? No, you from Dexter, right?
Yeah, don't
So
tell
that
the
one
world.
that one far from Central. Okay.
No,
Or
that's right up
HP.
the street.
Yeah, or HP. Not
Yeah,
that
but
far.
see, I was bad. But it wasn't because me just not being quote unquote smart. It's just like at a certain point in my life, my environment started catching up to me. You know what I'm saying? Peer
Exactly.
pressure, different people I was dealing with, different little, situations. So I had to basically do what I had to do
right.
to a small degree. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you grow up, you learn, you live. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? You mature. A lot of people don't, which is sad. But
Yeah.
I basically caught on early. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah.
I seen what was going on. I didn't like it for myself, so I just like put myself out that situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I had a whole lot of help though. I'm not gonna lie. My sister was really, really there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My mother, my father, to a degree, as much as he could. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But hey,
And you know what? My father was away from my life for like 7 years, from the age of 7 until I was like 13, 14, because my mom and my dad had like a child support situation, well, custody situation when it
Right.
came to me when I was young. So then my mom was moving, so my dad didn't know where we was living. At the time we ain't want no social media, no cell
Right.
phone, so it was hard for him to keep in touch with me. So it was hard for me because you need a father figure. I needed him to mold me, and I needed him like support, because I couldn't, like, my mom, she did the best she could, but she couldn't do everything. And then my mom working doubles, so I was basically at home
and then
by
it's
myself.
just hard for a mother to understand what's really going on with her son. Definitely a young black man living in America or in Detroit. Or
Exactly. And I was
Period.
at home by myself, 10 years old. My brothers and sisters moved out already. They was all grown. I was 10, 11 years old by myself at home, 12 midnight, on the east side. Anything can happen,
anything, everything was happening.
And that's
man.
the thing, like, you
Yeah.
do what you gotta do because you think that was something that your mom would have chose to do if she had a choice to do. Like, no, that'd be like, sometimes it just
Yeah,
be
ain't
like,
no
you don't have no
choice.
I don't got nobody to, and then it's like you making nickels, so it's really like you can't afford for no babysitter. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, my mom was working. I think she was a nurse aide at the time. She was working all the way out in South Lyon. So, and then about time she leave, I'll be at home, whatever. And then about time she get off work, I already been at school. And then by the time I get home from school, she be asleep. So we really don't have that bonding, So my only bonding is like basically like in the streets. But I basically was like with my friends, the friends that I thought that was, was like my motivators,
Right.
and the people their parents. So shout out to them, the parents. That was
it
that
take
was
a
basically
village. They say it take a village.
it take a
They
village,
do.
and that was a
You over there eating them people food. You owe them some money, CJ.
play the games, play a little Nintendo 64.
You owe some people, mama.
At
Let me
least a
start.
bottle of hot sauce.
Listen,
CJ,
let me
man.
start writing down parents' names so they can
Right.
get their,
Right.
they can get
on,
reimbursed. He an
man.
adult now with a job.
And
Right.
you know what? That's what made me the person that I am now, because the people in my neighborhood, they really care for us, and it wasn't no negative. Even though we did have negative.
Yeah, it's always
You in a
gonna be
negative environment overall.
Negative environment, we seen like prostitutes walking up and down Chalmers. We seen like pimps. We seen drug dealers. We had a drug dealer move into our house next door. So it was hot all day, all night. People walking in the house, out the house, you know. And I seen that, but I knew that I don't want that in my life. You know, it was always negative because they always had like gunfires.
I always say, man, when you in a certain type of situation, you can either learn two things. You can either learn to not do it, or you can either learn to do it. You can't blame your environment on how you turn out as an adult. Sometimes.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes it depends on the situation. You know, but overall, man, you got to still make them choices. You got to make them decisions.
Yeah.
You know?
And, you know, it's hard. It's hard being to be honest with you, I hate to say it, but it's hard being it's tough being a black man or black woman in America, especially with the way we grew up. Because especially in the public school system, Detroit public school system is shitty.
It didn't really went in the toilet, but you know what? I feel like, you know, everything is by numbers.
Yeah.
Everything is by numbers. I feel like sometimes I be thinking crazy, but you know what I was thinking? Let me just tell you what I was thinking. Now you got the man that work at the light company, right? He gonna go to work, right? Because everybody get up, they go to work, right? You go to work to do whatever you do. Everybody got a position where they play that they basically, this is how the world function. If you think about it, the world couldn't function if then nobody get up and go to work every day.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So you get up and you go to work. Okay, the light man going to work. So he coming, he get his list of the shut off, the people that's getting the shut off. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'm on the list to get shut off on the list, right? So he come to my house to shut it off. But if you think about it, if ain't nobody went to work, can't nobody shut off nothing because ain't nobody there to function what's needed to be going on. So it's kind of like we kind of do everything to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like how
That's
is it
true.
not
That's
enough
true.
food? How is it people homeless when we the one who build the houses? We the one who make the money. Like that, to me, psychologically, that's why you know that's why it's politics and it's a system. Because if you think about it, even though it would be just easy for everybody can eat and all of that, but it's still like the problem is so significant. You see what I'm saying? You got places that okay, so
Capitalism.
this is what I'm saying. And if you got people that's
Yep.
mentally ill and they is on the street, most of the people that are homeless is mentally ill. Who do you know that's just homeless on the street that you know that's in their right mind, like me or you, just psychologically? No, nobody I know likes to sleep up under a bridge. Nobody that I know.
Right, me either.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the thing.
They'll
like,
make a way.
and it's like, it's the people in the community, everybody want to talk about it, but really people don't want to be the person that go out and say that. Like, don't nobody want to say, because every person that goes out and take a limb on something, if you ever notice, like any of our main leaders, they try to kill him. I'm so thankful they ain't killed Barack. I swear.
Right.
Because they hated him. And it's like, I felt like Barack was the perfect person to represent us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like, somebody just fixed him. You know, we're gonna make his nose look like this. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about all that nose stuff, man, but I know what you're saying.
Like,
I wasn't watching his chin. Not me. You know what I mean?
It's a figure of
Like
speech
Donald
to
Trump,
say
let me see your birth
that
certificate.
he represented us with pride and integrity, and people was proud of the president that he was, for him to represent like me being here. Like, who's to say when that'll happen again? So
He
I was
motivated me a lot. I graduated college, you know. I seen that he was a family man. I'm like, I want that. I said it before he became president, but that molded me. Like, I mean, I need a family like that. I need a little family dog and stuff like that. You know, run around the yard.
Why he gotta put his hand down like the dog in here?
A family dog. Man, what is wrong with you, bro?
Look, man.
We was having a decent conversation.
I was saying that's like an American dream, man.
I mean, and you know what? And ain't nothing wrong with that, but that's the thing. People got to understand their own dream is not nobody else's. So your own dream, like, you going to have a family, but like, I want the family. I wanted the same thing. But guess what? I'm like divorced twice. I'm like divorced twice, and like,
oh damn, you ain't
I don't even want to bring. I ain't even want to.
I mean, go ahead.
You ain't tell me all this shit. I thought you was divorced once. I thought you was divorced once.
Listen, anything before 25 don't count. Anything.
Okay,
right. See, I ain't know these rules.
No, I don't know about that. I was 25
5
years ago. Oh, my bad.
You heard what the woman said. It don't count.
Oh, all right. Well, go ahead. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But what I'm saying is that everybody, you know, it's not a particular vision that you can have for yourself through somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You create and paint your own vision for your life and for yourself.
Okay.
And that's just how it is. The legacy and stuff that you mark ain't gonna be. Nobody's gonna be at your funeral and say, "Yeah, he went and got a family like like Barack."
CJ was a good man.
He was a good man.
He ran and got a
but he didn't
family
do
like Barack
Listen,
Obama.
that's
A dog, not a cat, but a dog.
listen, and that's the thing.
So damn, you ain't gonna put kids involved in this
What?
shit? I got a kid. I got a wife and kid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Now
So
let her
you
get to her point, CJ.
My bad.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. My bad. Look, man, this is my show. I got
Let him cry if he wants to. It's his show.
Let him cry if he wants
I'm
to.
joking, baby. Go ahead.
But no, I was just saying that, a lot of times that's the thing when you have a vision, I had to learn that just because somebody else got this going where they have it going at that particular time, I feel like it was their time to have that.
Right.
So it's always good to look at it like you creating and painting your own vision as you going through the different stages in your life.
Exactly. Everybody have a moment in their life, whether it's like graduation or you got a new job, a career.
Everybody's moment is different, like she was saying, Some people might celebrate something that you might not even think twice of.
Right.
Like, give me an example.
For instance, a lot of people don't even make it to high school.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people might graduate middle school and life might throw them a curveball. So when you talk to them, they might say their middle school graduation was the best thing that ever happened to them.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, or the little kindergarten graduation,
I can't even
Look
remember
at
that.
this dude.
I got my little certificate, you know what I'm saying, walked across the stage, I mean, come on, it's some. Look, my daughter say her first words. My daughter, walking and stuff. She's saying her little ABCs at 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's
everybody got
to me
different
as a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got different.
You got
views,
that I'm happy daddy type of. I took a picture of her while I took a video.
Man, I try
Ain't
not to
nothing
be.
wrong.
I'm not trying not to be over obsessive with my daughter, man.
It's
I mean,
nothing
it's cool.
wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, but I ain't trying to, plaster that stuff on social media. I'm like, yeah, she know her ABCs. She walking.
That's
do
another
be doing
problem,
that.
though.
People be doing that too. I'm like,
that
bro,
is a problem.
Come on,
I mean, but
man.
then again, if they choose to do that, hey, more power to them. But in my opinion, I feel like you shouldn't live your life for social media.
Exactly.
Like, do I have to really prove I did something if I didn't post it on Facebook?
Right.
So I don't love my brother because I didn't post me saying happy birthday to him on Facebook.
I don't love my wife because I don't post her as much,
Oh,
like
man, CJ don't love his wife. I never see him kissing her on Facebook. Like, you know what I mean?
Let me slide to his DM real quick.
You feel me? Like, come on, man.
Let me slide to his DM real quick. No. BLOCK. ET block.
Blocks.
Block. I blocked on her ass. Fuck that. You ain't about to get me in trouble. My wife got my password. Shit.
On your head.
Right. I'm like, who's this bitch? I'm like, I don't know. Shit, I don't know who that is. You know who that is? But anyway.
About to be his whole head cracked.
Right.
They gonna say, we down to one host. One guy is celebrating his anniversary, the other one.
One Raw. Featuring Rob and them. Yeah, Rob and them.
Got special guest Malika and shit. But whatever.
I be like, his head injury ain't got no better yet.
Right.
Oh, man.
Man, she put me in critical condition and shit. You knocked me off with the iron and shit. Throw grits on me and stuff.
Throw grits.
Al Green.
Oh, man.
But anyway, you having a back to school thing going.
I don't participate too much in the back to school thing. I like to kind of do my thing when everybody not doing theirs. I'm already be under a lot of pressure to have people come out and support. So I just be like, let me do something when people ain't really doing it.
I mean, that's what's up still.
And nothing wrong with that.
No.
You still doing it. You still serving the community. That's all that matters.
So my next thing, of course, is the one item challenge. I always do that towards the end of the year when it start getting cold.
Explain that for
So
those who don't know.
So the one item challenge is basically we challenge everybody to purchase one item, one toiletry item. It could be Dollar Tree or whatever. And we typically donate that to like a facility. Last year we donated to Alternative for Girls and also Vista Maria. And then the year before that we donated to like the Covenant House. But it's been growing significantly. A lot of people been reaching out to me. I ended up linking up with a young lady, Ferris State. excuse me, I love to say something about the bulldog, but
know
Ferris
about
State
that,
student, Ferris State student here.
But no.
Anyway,
Shout
one
out
of
to
my
Fair State. Go
thank
ahead.
you. One of the young ladies that I go to school with, she works at a correctional facility, and the warden allow her and a lot of the employees to donate a lot of
Okay.
things. So they fill my car up full of stuff. So
That's what's up.
so I'm trying to get more people being involved in it and knowing what's going on with it. But it's consistently growing. So the ideal is everyone that doesn't have maybe the means to support the organization, we always try to do something that is feasible for everybody, because we understand that everybody have all the same struggles. Some people are just floating a little bit above water than others.
Exactly.
So everybody still at points want to be a blessing to others, but they don't know how to show how they can be a community advocate. So they do things like, hey, the one item challenge, you can go to the Dollar Tree. What's $1 killing you? $1 and some, $5-6 cents.
Right.
You can just get one item. And so it kind of grew, as people, and it is the funniest stuff is everybody be like, you gonna take my picture? You gonna take my picture? Like taking that picture to post that picture.
Is you doing that because you want likes, or is you doing that because you basically felt like in the bottom of your heart doing this?
Well, one of the things is I feel like I want people to be excited about being involved in something that's positive. So even if it was for the likes or whatever, just to show that they was involved, I feel like however they intend is, I hope it is all good. It's from the heart. It's good.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it because we extending a hand to a brother or sister or a young brother or sister that needs the assistance, because you got to think about it. If it was your kid out there in the world, you would want somebody to have some type of heart to give, they came across you, to give them at least some good advice, or even if it's a couple of dollars. I mean, I done came out my coat for people, like, here you go.
Right.
Because to me, it's not even a second thought to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something I'm really passionate about, and it's just like a natural thing for me. Then when I got to the realization, like, this is what God, first of all, I'm upset because God didn't give me a voice to really sing, because I like to sing a lot, and it's terrible.
That's not stopping you in 2018.
Right.
That's not
Just sing that
stopping you
Kyle
in
song.
2018.
Sing that Kyle song.
Hey, she kind of dope though. Low-key.
She is. I watched her interview.
Yeah, you gotta listen to the EP and the album. But what was you saying, sweetie?
I'm just saying. So I just come to the conclusion, like, this is really where I need to be at. Just the growth of it, being a little bit more, mentally focused, stimulated to go and, go ahead and go through it. Boom. You know what the goal is. You just got to achieve it. Isn't, one thing about me, though, I just be having like this ambition, like I can't even explain it. And like, since my father passed away, he passed away March of 2015. He was like one of my biggest cheerleaders. And like, one of the things he used to do is like call me all day long, which used to be like so annoying. Like, I used to be so annoyed. It's 7:00. I'm off and it's a Saturday. I don't want you call. He'd be like, hey, look, bring me a beer, make me a hamburger, and bring me some loose cigarettes. Right? What you can do, you gotta love him. But he taught me like basically everything that I know. Like, he really molded me as a person. He had a lot of things that was unresolved with himself, but I would not have been who I am, like, without him. Like, through all of those things that I went through, going through foster care and all of those things like that, I feel like the things that I had been instilled in me before I left my parents' home is what allowed me to still be able to survive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though the situation at home really wasn't good. And that's the thing, what I had to learn, too, as being a parent is, like, it's not no manual to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the way you raise your kid might not be the same way, and you might question the way that I do, how I do my kids, because everybody is different, and how they think, their mindset, everybody is different, and how they do things. So I understand that now, because I went through a big thing with my oldest son, because he'll be 19, and I'm 35, so it's kind of like I'm just not getting to be a grown woman for real,
Right.
And on the mental part, like, so now you understand a lot of things that you might have did might have not been the best parenting as far as how you reacted. I allow my emotions a lot of time to respond how I reacted as a parent, which clouded my judgment on the things that I did. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's something that I had to accept. And then, one thing about it, I feel like parents don't apologize. It's okay to mess up, but then don't make it seem like I'm wrong for feeling some type of way because you messed up. Because that's just like with a marriage. If you did something that you wasn't supposed to do, don't make me feel bad because you did something you wasn't supposed to do. I gotta feel bad because you did something that you wasn't supposed to do that hurted me.
Right.
It don't. When you say it out loud, it like make absolutely no sense.
Yeah, trying to make 1,000 excuses like why you should.
The one thing about it is being real and honest with yourself will keep you free from a lot of. I mean, one thing about it, people will tell me like, you know what, you like my cousin. I love her, but she was telling me she was like, you're not easygoing.
Bring that butt here, girl. Come on, come on. Bring that butt here, girl.
Thought you was getting out of this one.
Bye.
So like my cousin, she here with me, but she real supportive, and she's always speaking positive and trying to encourage me and stuff like that. Girl. I really be appreciating it, but I be like, let me be my mean self sometime if I want to be mean.
My mean self.
So we have another special guest here,
hey,
Malika's cousin.
Hey, cousin.
Go ahead.
Hey.
You thought he was getting away, huh?
You warmed up now, cuz?
A little bit, yeah.
Tell everybody your name.
I like your hair, but I love your hair, by the way.
Oh, go ahead and shout your stuff out.
Right, go ahead.
PG, so many styles on Instagram.
Okay, wait a minute.
PG, so many styles on Instagram. Okay.
Hold on.
But yeah, go ahead. Talk about yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Where you doing here at?
We do it here at.
I'm at the Man Cave on 8 Mile off Hayes.
Oh, I heard that before. Oh, that's in the hood. Yeah, 8 Mile. Okay.
It's a barbershop. I'm
It's
braider in there.
East Point side or Detroit side?
Detroit side.
Detroit side. Okay.
Yeah.
I might holler at you. Come up there one of these days.
Trying to get a line up.
Yeah.
Rio is real good with the cuts too.
Yeah.
She braided my hair actually.
That look nice.
Okay.
Right there. That look
Advertisement.
nice. I love that
do
hair.
my own hair.
Oh, you do your own hair?
Yeah, I don't cut it, but I do the top part.
Okay. So how long you been doing this?
I say about 18, 19 years now.
Ooh.
Oh, so you a pro at it, huh?
Yeah.
She a professional now. She ain't retiring at
Yeah.
all.
What started you off in doing hair?
I was like born with it. Like hair chose me. I ain't choose it.
That's
Yeah,
what's
just
up.
been doing it ever since I know. Just
So was
hair.
it like you just was planning somebody hair, or you just was like,
My dolls.
Sound like
I always
Mario.
wanted
Baby
dolls
dolls.
just to do their
Sound
hair.
like Mario a little bit. Come and braid my hair.
"Go braid my hair"? Yeah.
Yep, I was doing all the guys' hair.
That's
Middle
good.
School,
That's what's up.
Everybody wanted me in their hair. All of them.
Okay, girl.
So go ahead and shout your Instagram out again.
Yeah, shout it out.
So many styles _
Oh, that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, that's
might holler at
PG.
you.
So
Yeah.
many styles.
So all right, I got
8
another
Mile and
question.
Hayes, right?
So
Yeah, right.
do they got like a little spot where you could get like manicure, pedicure, whatever like that?
No, not inside the man cave. No.
Oh, that's a man cave. Yeah. How about the one next door to it, whatever? Cause I like to get a mani pedi every once in a while. You know, I gotta show love. You know what I'm saying?
Well, fortunately, it's the Detroit area, so you got like 3-4 manicure
Yeah, you got the
places
nail
all right
shop on
there
the
on
other
8
side
Mile
of-
and
what is it,
Grass
Swanks?
area.
Swanks,
Yeah.
Swank Spanks, whatever
Yep,
that
it's
Chinese
all
place
on.
is.
You got like 3
I'm so
4 beauty
lost.
supplies.
I don't
all
really
up
know
right
too
there.
much about the
Oh,
East.
yeah, we forgot.
But
Well,
y'all
yeah.
helping me. Go ahead.
Yep, it's
I mean,
plenty of
Eastside
them
don't
right
have Taco Bell either, so you know.
there. Or Arby's.
Oh yeah, they don't got Arby's. Oh dang, they treating us bold, man.
Yeah, they do. It's kind of bad, but you can get any kind of liquor store you want to get.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
on
yeah.
every
Whatever
Yeah,
kind of
we-
liquor store. And whatever kind of dispensary you want, gonna be in Detroit for
Right
sure.
about that.
Man.
And that's what I mean by that. How is it we can afford that? But then like the school systems and all of that, like it's that is it's-
Capitalism. They
that-
turned a whole high school into a Myers, Redford.
Yep.
So now you got to think about it. What's more important?
Shoot, they turned the whole middle school to a condominium. Shoot, that and they turned to a no. They did. You know Miller Middle School on the east
Yeah,
side.
I know Miller.
Man, they turned that building down. I mean, they turned it upside down. Now I think it's a program in there now, like a youth theater
Because
program.
that's where, remember I was telling you a couple weeks ago I went to the Miller reunion, Black Bottle.
Yeah, you must
Now,
see
see,
my
I go there
granddad
I go there every year
that
because of
mug
my
be
grandma.
jumping too.
He be jumping.
Right.
Yeah, my granddad, he graduated from there back in 1954. Shout out to my granddad.
Shout out to
See,
CJ's
it was-
grandfather.
It was a
Ronald
high school.
Davis. It
Then
was
they
a high
turned
school,
it into
yep.
a middle school. And then now you just said they turned it into something way totally different.
Yeah, it's not abandoned anymore. So thank God for that, man. Shout out to everybody that was, they buy these buildings, they renovate them,
Right.
and
But that's
cool,
what I'm
man.
saying.
That's why.
Doing something productive with them is good, but like I feel like all the good things that's going on, that's great, but what are the good things that's happening to the people in the community that really need the things in the community? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
It
yeah,
starts with us.
if you can afford to pay $1,200-$1,300 in rent, all those things are great.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? If you can
But it
afford,
starts with us, though.
that's what I'm saying.
That starts
And
with
we
us.
need more of us. That's what I meant the beginning when I said in collective of numbers, how significant, like everybody plays a part in the job. Like so it's like, how is people getting away with stuff when we are the people that make everything go like how it go?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, you know what? I went to downtown
Hey,
Detroit.
Carla.
I went to downtown last Friday to meet with some friends. We were supposed to trying to get together. We had a meeting for the homeless. We trying to feed the homeless. Our goal was to give them like a full course meal, and then also give them like a little bag of like snacks and sandwiches so they could take home with them instead of just having like a full course meal and send them by their way.
Right.
We also trying to give them like supplies too, like toothbrush, toothpaste, and all that.
So you know what? I could do that where the one item challenge I could do that where I could do the one item challenge. The items that we raise could go towards your cause. You get what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
See?
That'd be cool too. I got to link
Because
with my friends.
I mean they be loving to live outreach. They'll do the one item challenge and then they be taking a picture all cheesy and stuff, and I be so appreciative of that because that has been my main motivation of constantly keep going, because people will call me up in a minute. Hey, I got some clothes. Hey, I got this. Hey, you know somebody that could use that? I'm like the first person that they come to mind with when it comes to helping somebody, because
right.
it's always somebody, who got some kids that they might can't afford to buy brand new clothes because, or they got multiple children and, it's kind of tight. And I know plenty of people that appreciate the help because I go to work every day and I love hand-me-down. I live in a thrift store. I love the thrift store.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And people are trying to judge people to, because they cheap or they go to the thrift store and stuff. Which I don't understand.
Everything you make the clothes.
That.
The clothes is the person. The person is the clothes. The person is the clothes.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, what's wrong with somebody? I don't personally shop at the thrift store, but like
I love it.
Nothing wrong with that. I ain't judging you at all.
I got me an Olivia Pope coat from the Salvation Army, and everybody was saying my coat was cute.
Scandal. See it? They ain't know that.
Oh, man.
Until you tell them like, what?
I was like $2.39, boo. $2.39.
You got it on a good day. You got it on a good
and it look and nigga,
Yeah, whole coat.
Look at you. Shout out to you. Sure. Nothing wrong with that.
See?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll go back to you because you've been quiet.
Yeah, you have.
Look at her.
So where you from? Where you from? How old are you? East side. What part? What part?
Like East Warren, Chalmers area.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's a couple of areas, but yeah, that's the one I stayed the longest.
Okay.
I'm 39.
You 39?
Oh man.
Wow.
It's
You
just
look
a
way
number.
younger than
It's a
that.
number.
Wow.
Yeah.
I try to give you like a little, because I know you say you've been doing hair for 18, 19 years, so I will give you like a bubble of like 30, 33-ish, whatever. You even look younger than 30, to be honest with you. See, that's why
about 32.
black don't crack, man. Black
No, it
do
don't.
not
Appreciate
crack.
that.
You look, girl. Is you single?
I am single.
Oh, okay.
Ladies, hit her. I mean,
Okay.
not ladies.
Look
I'm
at you.
sorry.
He off the mic. He off the
So
mic.
what's your sign?
Is this a love connection?
No, it's not no love collection. It's not no love collection. I'm just saying,
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
You single too, shit. I want to put you
you
on the
think
spot
about
too.
Don't put me on this.
Let me think. You a Cancer? No,
Yeah, I am.
you are.
Cancer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, see?
Yes.
Yeah.
How was you able to just predict that?
He
though?
knew that because
I'm-
the way she is, she's shy. You very shy.
She ain't shy.
She quiet.
Mhm.
Because I'm cancer. I'm a cancer too, and I have that personality traits too.
It's
Even though
what you call observant.
I'm both. I'm like neutral when it comes to stuff.
Well, you
like that.
coming
I'm
out your
quiet.
shell for sure.
I never
I have
met.
to. I've been in my shell for freaking 15, 16 years.
Man,
and
I
when I got to
never-
college, I was a different.
Since I've been
person.
knowing this dude has never been shy, but he been observant. So that's how I can tell.
I'm very
Like,
observant.
You got to know when and when not to talk. You got to feel something out. You got to. If it's not your thing, I'ma just.
When I
I'm
first
just, you
when I
know,
first
I'ma
meet
chill.
anybody, I'm like very quiet, but I'm very observant too. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to pick their brain out a little bit while I'm observing. I'm like, okay, I see the way he walk, I see the way he talk. You know, he seemed like he cool. Maybe I might be approaching him, whatever. I'm let him talk first though, so I can get a little feel of him. You know what I'm saying, or her. You know, because I like to feel people out.
People be having me so twisted. Every time anybody meet me, they think I'm mean.
Well, you
Oh,
do.
man.
You do
Oh,
kind
man.
of
Don't
have
tell me your
that
zodiac
face.
sign. Don't tell me your zodiac sign. His birthday is March the 27th.
You
Ninth.
Ninth.
Mhm.
He's not
I don't-
Aquarius.
I
'Cause
don't-
my wife is Aquarius.
Pisces? No, not Pisces.
Not Pisces. No, Pisces like early April, ish.
Uh-uh.
I mean
You're too
early
late.
March.
Late February, cause my daughter
Yeah, late
Pisces.
February, early March. Yeah.
Y'all all
Aries.
losing. You just want me to say it?
Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
I'm an Aries.
Aries.
Yes.
You know,
Asshole.
to certain people, but I'm really cool.
He cool as
But,
hell
like,
though. He down to earth. That's like he one of the
Anytime
coolest-
people get to know me for real, they always pull me to the side. Like, hey, look, man, let me holler at you. Look, I thought you was this, or you know what I mean. Like,
We
I was
talked about
afraid to
this.
talk to you because of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, see,
I think we
you
talked
judging a
about
book by
this-
its cover.
I think we talked about this on the first or second episode. We used to work at McDonald's together. 6 Mile and Illinois. Shout out to them.
Shout out
Shout
to
out
shout
to
to
the
everybody.
McDonald's.
Old McDonald had a farm looking ass. But I remember we had orientation the same day, and I'm like, he looked mean as hell, he looked like a Jadakiss motherfucker. And
Hey, I was in my bag though back then.
You
man.
was.
I
So I'm like,
man. I was a
man, I'm
little
like-
different. I ain't gonna hold you up.
I'm like, I don't know about this nigga. Then we worked together that first week. That first week, I'm like, oh, this nigga cool as hell. I'm like, okay, he cool. I'm like, okay, we good. So we been friends ever since. We been clicking ever since, man. That was
Right.
like what, 8-9 years
That's
ago.
been about about 8,
my
9
God,
years. That was a
dog.
minute.
We old, man. We
Yeah,
old
but
as shit.
everybody always judging your
Senior
man.
citizens. Next episode talking about senior citizens. CJ.
Yeah. How
Well,
about my
how
knees
old are
cramping?
y'all?
What?
How old do I look? Be honest.
Oh, 29.
How old do I look?
About that 28, 29.
I'm 30.
So we.
I'm
both
so
right.
happy y'all said that though.
I want her to
To
guess
a
my
small
age.
degree.
I'm gonna
Just
guess my
because
age.
listening to your conversation, I know you couldn't have really been like extremely
Everybody
young.
who just see me, they
Uh-huh.
assume two things. I'm between 18 and 22, and I got a messed up attitude and personality for some odd reason.
Cause the way you talk, you wise. You way wise.
That's
But
when
no,
they
just
talk.
going off
When
for
you
the
just
percent.
looking
yeah.
or just assuming assumptions,
Yeah.
that's just what everybody come at, you
Yep.
know? And then when I start talking and start keeping it real or, you know what I mean, giving
Right.
my views on certain things,
Mhm.
then people start assuming or like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Man, I thought you was 22, bruh. Like, nah, that ain't what it, you know what I mean? But
Right.
it is what it is. I ain't tripping.
I ain't tripping at all.
That black ain't cracking on me. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So,
long as you don't smoke, don't drink, don't smoke no cigarettes, smoking 2-3 packs a day, or drinking beers, heavy beers and shit,
Well,
you be all right.
sometimes people just don't take care of
They
themselves.
say,
period,
yes,
though,
don't
you know?
blame
Right.
it all.
Need them
Because
fruits
look,
and
I'm going to have
vegetables.
me a drink.
You could do it. as
What's your
long
drink?
as
What's your
you
drink?
eat
What's your
some
drink?
fruits and
What's your favorite
vegetables.
drink?
Yeah, you got to balance everything
I
out.
like Remy or Hennessy. Like, them one of my smooth.
Liquor.
She's trying to get
See,
loose.
that's that
God
east side
damn.
right there.
What?
dog.
I
That's
see
that
what
realness.
I know what not to buy you for your birthday. I know what not to get you.
I'm
for-
not a drinker or a smoker, so if I drink like some Ciroc or some shit. I'm lightweight when it comes to
Yeah,
that.
little baby weight, little.
I don't care. You call me all you want
Say
to.
you can go on me all you
Pineapple
want to.
Ciroc.
Pineapple
that
Ciroc for you?
do taste good.
Nah, man, I can't do no
When's your
Ciroc no
birthday?
more.
June 22nd.
Oh, you a June Cancer. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She like hitting the border of Gemini and Cancer. That's That's what's up. Okay, I thought she was gonna say July. I'm like, July
No,
what?
she don't seem like no July Cancer though, bro.
No, she do seem like one because they quiet as shit.
What, July?
Yeah.
Sneakiest.
Hey, we can't be.
So yeah.
Yeah, but Emika, are you dating anybody, or you seeing anybody, or you single?
Listen, you know what? Before we close out, because I know we closing out. I kind of am, kind of not. You know, I'm single, so it's like, you know, of course you liking somebody this week, next week they might not be on the favorite list. That's kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Let's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
say this week I'm in and off on the I like somebody note. So yeah,
Okay,
at the moment,
your foot basically in the dough and out the dough.
my one in and one out.
Right. You
It's like
trying
a
to
bite.
feel
It's like a
somebody,
backdoor type situation.
but you
Listen,
don't
I wish
know.
I would have got that on Snap, so I could have. I know he would have synced that.
It all goes down on the snap. It goes down on the snap.
Yes.
Oh man.
It goes down on the
I
snap.
do want to close with Liv is gonna try to bring some new ideas for next year. I was thinking about
Okay.
doing a like a Live outreach, like ride out, kind of
Mhm.
like a miniature slow roll.
Okay.
I was thinking like before the slow roll even was established, I always wanted to do something like that because I remember when I was a kid, that was one of my favorite things to do. Is like
Ride
we
the
be
bike and
deep,
stuff.
we deep
Me
though,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Right, we going to somebody's house, but it's like at least 10 of us.
Yeah.
So we thick in the street. It's like I want to do something like that, kind of like maybe like put a spin on it, like a networking type of thing.
That sound dope.
We should walk around the neighborhood or something.
Yeah, like basically
like some March
get
to
in the,
Freedom type shit.
and as it grow, because of course that's the biggest thing is getting stuff out here and getting people to really participate. It's kind of like if you're not a
Yeah.
big
Yeah,
name,
that's
if
it.
people ain't really know you like that, it's like
trendy
you know people.
or popular on
Yeah,
social
if
media
you
or something.
Right.
and the thing
Yeah,
is, you
you
got
right.
so many things where it's so much negative, and you could be like, "Hey, I know I put stuff up like, hey, I'm trying to do this," or you know somebody doing that, and it'll be like, I could not get zero shares
Just
of
keep
it,
doing it.
but I could put something up that's like fighting or something that might be funny
Right.
or ignorant, and it's like, and that's typical. People seem to feed off of negative more.
I know.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we
Just
as
keep
a
putting your
whole.
stuff
I ain't
on
saying
there, though.
us,
Don't
but we
stop.
as a whole, we just
We as a
love
whole.
it. You know.
Yeah.
That's like
I'ma
love and
keep
hip hop.
sharing
You
it.
drawn to that. That's what I was thinking to myself. I'm like, y'all put in a position where y'all can live better than what y'all do.
Yeah.
What's the fight for?
But
I
you know
don't
what?
understand why everybody don't like nobody. Everybody butt fake. Everybody breast fake.
It's a
everybody hair
brainwash.
fake. Everybody
Exactly.
lashes fake. Like
Brainwash.
everybody is
That's
somebody
what
that
we
they really
see.
not. But y'all in a position where y'all could be role models and different things to
Right,
other
you on
people. Y'all
TV,
can help
yeah.
other people use that platform, that little bitty platform, to some other type of degree. And people don't do that. Like if I had the opportunity
be
to
the-
be able to do that, all the opportunity for me to grow, everybody else that's I know trying to grow gonna grow with me.
Right.
That's the point of that. Because you know, it ain't about me being big and looking at you like you little. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
My point of being big is like, come on, let me show you what this other stuff about. Because a lot of times people ain't exposed to stuff. You don't know nothing about horseback riding or
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't know how to swim because black people don't take their kids to swim. I mean, I'm just saying, be honest. As far as like,
That's being honest, yeah.
so guess what? You ain't certain life skills that you think that you should have as survival. You don't even have it because
Well,
you
don't.
ain't never been exposed to it. So you ignorant to it. So then you go a long time and not
Right.
even know. You get what I'm saying?
But like
Right, it's
love
20
and hip hop
go
and them types platforms, you do every now and then get somebody that's like real positive, you know what I'm saying, and then they don't come back. Capitalism. We want the drama. The drama brings ratings. It's all about money.
Yep.
And it's just like, what's the
I
price
can't
of
even
your
think
soul?
of the
You
few
know
of
what I
the
mean?
reality TV stars that one season they be all positive stuff like that. Next season you don't see them. I can't think of her name. Oh my god, but she was very positive, and I loved her. Cause my wife watched that shit. I can't watch that.
You be
man.
like,
It
dear,
don't
what's
even
going
be
on
love
with
and hip hop. It'd be like
you say,
anything,
dear, what's
any type
going
of
on
form
with
of reality
Scrappy
TV,
and
though.
you dear, what's going on with Scrappy and
Right.
Bambi now?
Yeah.
but you know, that's what we used to in our community, man. We used to like people, you know, all the drama and the negativity. That's what we used to, man. We need to get out that mode, man. We gotta.
It's just-
And
I
so
don't
it's
be more
just little
active.
baby steps. And even though it's not going to change, we're not going to see it in the lifestyle us changing. My whole goal is dying doing it.
Right.
You understand
Hey,
what I'm saying?
that's
Even
what I'm
though
talking
you
about this
know
book.
that you ain't going to stop poverty. We can talk about poverty. We can talk
Let's
about
get that book
all
one
the
time.
problems.
This book right here, Never Doubt Your Greatness. You gotta aim for greatness, man. That's all I got. That's all I'm saying. You gotta
Y'all heard on Detroit?
aim for
world
greatness.
want
Don't
it.
shy away.
Start in your
Don't
mind
shy away.
first.
You hear me? Don't shy away.
I won't.
Oh yeah, please
So
don't.
many styles _ on Instagram.
Hi, she tried to shout out again. I feel you. Shout that boy out.
Shout you out too.
Yeah, the Live Outreach. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Any butterflies, that would be my logo on there. So I'm also, I've been writing on my book. It's been a struggle, but
Yes.
I'm excited because my brother just did his book signing, so that's like been my motivation. Like, oh my God, I got to get on it because I've been talking about writing a book for so many years,
Yes, please let me know so I could.
keep
when you get done, when you done with it,
keep
you
this
come.
podcast posted.
Yes, please let's keep us
Brandon
posted.
probably gonna be interested too.
Yeah, he always talking relationship shit.
Man, shout out to Brandon.
Shout out to
Don't
Brandon.
like that we ain't here, man.
Yeah, most definitely. So I'm planning. I really excited about it. I don't know where I'm gonna end it, but it's definitely is. The title is From a Caterpillar to a Butterfly.
Okay.
So it's just speak about from where you was at to where you are now and to where you going. It's the big part of growth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. So thank you for listening to our podcast. This
Hey.
is CJ.
It's your man's Rob.
And this is Malika.
And PG.
PG, keep it PG. But anyway, we do have Facebook, so follow us on Facebook at 3 Raw Podcast. So just let us know how you feel about our show. So see you later.